We welcome you, Bridget, your 2022 president of GAAR, Bridget Gilbert.
Thank you. Thanks for being. I think this is the best turnout I've seen in a little while. So thank you all for coming. And so let's just jump right into this, and let's hear from the people that we came here to hear from. And so let's start with our GAAR directors. And Jerry Garcia, do you want to start us off today? Jerry Garcia, start us off today.
Pleasure, my pleasure. Oh, goodness. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Definitely a pleasure to be amongst my peers here at GAAR, Southwest MLS as well. Served several years in different capacities with the association, professional standards, and I think just coming on board again and putting myself out there, being able to volunteer, being able to mix with the masterminds of having good decisions for the association. That's mostly what I look forward to, the ideas that come through and getting decisions that are going to help our members. So thank you for that, and vote for me.
Thank you, Jerry. Once again, Jerry is running for the director position with GAAR. Next, Amy Neal with ERA.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, everyone, for coming out. I'm Amy Neal with ERA Sellers and Buyers. Been there since 2005. See all my ERA people over there. I'm excited to volunteer to be a part of the association. I haven't done that, and it's taken me this long to do it, so I'm really excited to be a part of that and kind of represent us and find out. I'm really passionate about protecting the professionalism of our industry, and everyone's under attack now with online stuff and trying to justify how much money we make and all that kind of stuff, and I want to make sure that the community understands how important we are and what role we give and how the Code of Ethics sets us apart, and so I'm really excited to serve the realtors and vote for me.
Thank you, Amy. And once again, Amy is running for a director position with GAAR. Anika? Anika? I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm Anika Nunez. It is so nice to see so many of you here. Like, I was in the leadership development program class, and there's some that are actually running for my class, so go LDP. A little bit about me. I served in the military, so I was in the Marine Corps, so I'm a veteran. I truly believe in the heart of service. You either have it, you either have the heart of service and a heart of a teacher, or you don't, and I genuinely have the heart of service. I am immediate past chair for YPN. Woohoo, go YPN. There's so many of us in the room that helped start it. It has been 3 years strong, and that was something I contributed with GAAR. And I just wanted to give a shout out to all the staff at GAAR and SWMLS. I feel like our board is one of the strongest boards out there. I do public speak in so many different states, and I have to say we do have one of the strongest boards. And I want to continue to be part of it. By bringing in value and member engagement. I know we have the lack of member involvement currently, and I do have a great spear. And one thing that I've learned from YPN even is that I have a great follow and influence. So realtors do tend to naturally follow me, not that I'm asking. So I'm really hoping to bring more member engagement, to continue to bring value to our members. And I have received awards and other things in real estate. I do sit on 2 other boards outside of real estate, and I don't want to sit here and keep talking, but I really would appreciate you guys' vote, and I'm really looking forward to serving you.
Thank you. And once again, Anika is running for a director position. The next director that we have on the ballot today is Keith Powell with Realty One Group.
Fairy tales are true, not because they tell us that dragons exist, but because they tell us dragons can be beaten. And we have some dragons to be slayed as we move forward. I'm humbled to be here with a group of esteemed colleagues. Any one of them would be fantastic to serve in GAAR leadership. But I do have one candidate in mind. Having served on a number of boards over the years, and I started at the age of 18 and served on a board that served over 650 people for a week, every week, with staff, served on the New Mexico Cancer Center Foundation Board for the past 18 years, served on the Middle Rio Grande Vine and Wine Society Board for 8 years, 6 of those as president, and I'm the current past president of that. And I serve as the current GAP chair. And I want to give a shout out to all of the GAP members that are here. Some of them are wearing their jackets. Let's give them a round of applause. So you might say, having served on all those boards, I am a bored person. That is bored, not boring. I bring to this group some years of experience. I had my first business card when I was at the age of 12. And there's 3 key things that I'd like to share to bring to the GAAR board if elected. One is vision. We must visualize and see things before they become a reality. And it starts with our imagination. Results, blending serious business concepts with sincerity and wisdom. And third, goals, to educate, to facilitate, and to motivate people to take action. I've been a past recipient of the NISOT Award, which is a Staff and Organizational Development Award, and Teaching Excellence by the University of Texas at Austin. And having done that, I learned a lot about what organizations need. So, my goal and my endearing process that I want to bring is to help brokers become enriched, enthused, and empowered by the GAAR experience. One of my favorite quotes is this: "We must have the courage of our talent." Vote for me.
Thank you, Keith. That sounded a lot like the three-legged stool, right? I'm just saying. Our next candidate on the ballot for a director position with GAAR is Sean Remington with Realty One.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Sean Remington with Realty One of New Mexico, and the reason I wanted to take a minute and tell you a little bit of my story. I come from a place of genuine service, wanting to give back to my association that has helped me so much. So my story, back in 2004, I had left Hyatt Resorts as a regional salesperson for their line of properties because 3 weeks of travel was too much for me. It was too much with a new baby at home. So I jumped headfirst into real estate, and I was scared as heck from making a good salary to making zero commission-based. It was scary. And who I had help me was Shauna Martinez at Amber, now GAAR. I never forgot when I was late for my first appointment to get my lock boxes because I had to show a property. I was so anxious to make my first sale. GAAR has always stood by me and continued to help me grow throughout my career through professional development, through training. 18 years of doing this has taught me a lot. I have not gotten as plugged into GAAR besides serving serving on the Tech Task Force Committee, spending a couple years as chairman of the Grievance Committee, but I've abstained from more involvement until I became an empty nester, which happened 3 weeks ago. So my daughter is now off in Phoenix and becoming a commercial pilot, and that finds my wife Christina and I with a lot more time, and we want to be able to give back to this association that has helped us so much. So my values, I believe that I am good, I am strong, and I am faithful. I believe in treating everybody with dignity, kindness, and respect. And I believe that there are such wonderful people running for GAAR director. I don't think that we can go wrong I would be honored to serve this association if you guys would have me. Thank you.
Sean, thank you. Once again, that's Sean Remington running for the position of GAAR Director. We have a slate of officers that are on our ballot this year, and so we'll move on to, well, we have Morgan, who is running unopposed, but I'd like to give, where did she go? Right here. Oh, I'd like to give her the do you want to say something? Did I just? I think we should hear from Morgan.
You threw me off with the order of things.
You were next on the list.
I love it. Hi, guys. I think I know just about everyone in here, but I am Morgan Canaday with Ida Kelly Realtors. I've been actively involved volunteering at GAAR for over 8 years now. I currently serve as Vice President of GAAR, and I am running unopposed as your president-elect. So as much as I would love to mudsling like all of the political ads right now, I have a true love and passion for serving, but for our industry as well. And as the recent member survey showed, we're doing a really great job, and we have an incredible staff, but there is always room for improvement, and I look forward to continuing to serve with you all and serve you all, and that is it. Oh, wait, shameless plug real quick. The Realtor Fund is hosting Battle of the Bands next Thursday, Rio Bravo Brewing. It's going to be awesome, and free food, so come hang out.
Thank you, Morgan. It's been wonderful serving with Morgan on the board this year. Okay, we have three candidates on the ballot for vice president. And so the first one that we have our first candidate for vice president is Jen Cody Martin with New Mexico Real Estate Group. Thanks, Jen.
Hi, y'all. I'm Jen Cody, and if we haven't met, I can't wait to meet you. I've actually been licensed as long as Sean has. We grew up together. We both were licensed in 2005. And I was looking at my tenure, and I was thinking about the fact that I started volunteering for the board here in 2016. In those years, since 2016, I've consistently volunteered for either GAAR, NMAR, or the Real Estate Commission. So I have a really global perspective of what it's like to be in our industry. Since I've been licensed, I've owned boutique brokerages. In fact, I've owned 3. I've actually owned a property management brokerage in which I sold to my business partner at the time. And I've worked for large companies. In doing that, it changes your perspective. Through service and giving to others, and through working for big companies and small companies, it changes how you actually interact with others, how people see the business, and how you can see changes happening in our industry and our business. I think it's really important to understand how we all interact. Here at GAAR, it's a big deal to be a part of the executive committee. It takes time, and it takes a lot of energy, and it takes passion and love. I'm ready to stop making as much money as I have been making, which has been really lovely these last 2 years, and actually focus more on investing in us, everybody here. It's really important to grow others and to inspire others, and if I'm elected your VP, I would gladly do so for you. Every single one of you that I know here matters to me, and the ones that I don't know also matter. Voices are important, and the fact that you showed up today to get to know your candidates is massive. Thank you for being involved. Thank you for being here, and most of all, thank you for caring. When it comes to the election, I hope that you vote with your heart. Vote for the candidate that you feel is going to serve you best and is going to actually interact with you in the way that you deserve. Take pride in our GAAR, take pride in our association, and really, it's your chance now. It's an opportunity to affect the future and make GAAR a better place. Thank you for considering me for VP.
Thank you, Jen. Jen, once again, is running for Vice President of GAAR. Our next candidate is Josh Price with Maddox Management.
Thank you, Madam President. Ooh, you don't have to get close, sorry. Friends, fellow candidates, realtors. I say that in that order. We are all friends here. We all work together. I work as a property manager every day. I've been a realtor now for 6 years. I work at Maddox Management, as Bridget said. That started me off born and bred in kind of a servant's mind as far as a realtor goes. Being at Maddox, I had Damon Maddox and Jim Maddox and Barbara Maddox all as mentors to me who got to push me along and tell me where I needed to go and show me the way of a servant as a realtor. And the reason that a realtor is in touch with their community and at the forefront of their community. So over the last 6 years, I dove right in. I wanted really bad to be that person. So if you look at my resume, you'll see I've been on 32 different PAGs, task force, boards, committees, different kind of stuff between the national or the state association and our local association over the last 6 years. That seems like a lot, and it is a lot. And what I can tell you right now is don't see me as that person of many hats. A good mentor of mine just this past week told me, he goes, be afraid of being a jack of all trades, but a master of none. So what I want to tell you is a little bit about why I've learned everything that I have over those past 6 years and why I want to be your next vice president. I really do believe that a realtor is the beginning part of every home story. I believe that whether you're a property manager or a realtor, we are the forefront of our communities. We run the economy. We push to make a better place. And so within that, I have a few of those committees that I'm on that are really near and dear to my heart. Board service being one of those, because it really does progress what we're doing. The next one would be our Young Professionals Network, and I would give a shout out to Anika as my first vice chair and as the chair that followed me up to keep that association going. The Commitment to Excellence program is very huge, and it's something that we should all strive for. RPAC and RecPAC. I believe in advocacy, and I believe that one of the most important things that we can do as realtors is be in the room when important conversations about housing or about home ownership or private property rights are being discussed. One of us should be there to represent and to make sure that the right things are happening. Over the past couple of years, I've served on the legislative committee at NMAR, and I've served as a state political coordinator, and now I'm going to be a federal political coordinator. And the reason for that is that I think that realtors should be at the front of making those policy decisions. A couple of years in a row, they've been trying very hard in Santa Fe to change the way that we do business. They want to change our Owner-Resident Relations Act. They want to change our compensation model. They want to change all kinds of different things. And they talk about, at the national level and the state level, all of these little things that they can change, but they don't invite us to the room to talk about them. We need to make sure that we're there. And moving forward, I want to be your vice president because I want to be your president so that I can make sure that our association is at the front of that. So, as we talked about, we're all very qualified. We have really good candidates. I look around the room and everybody is very seasoned. Everybody has a lot of information. We have very smart people here. What I want to tell you is a little bit about me because I realize that it's probably not about all the things that I've done that makes me want to vote for me. So at a personal level, I'm from New Mexico. I love Albuquerque. I am the biggest Cubs fan you're ever going to meet. I love my family. I have an ongoing thing with my sister, my son, and one of my vendors. We tell dad jokes every single day, and randomly I'll call up my son and I'll tell him a dad joke and I'll let him know what happens, and it's very important. It's like this bonding thing that we go through as our family. We recently got to go to Chicago, brought to us by YPN, and we were in a 100-year-old building, and the elevator kept not working. So I called my son and I told him, I said, I'm developing a fear of elevators, a very serious fear. And I said, but don't worry, I'll take the steps to go over that.
Thank you, Josh. Once again, Josh Price is running for Vice President for GAAR Board. So, thank you. Our last candidate for, last but not least, candidate for Vice President of the GAAR Board is Christopher Shane Tanner with Coldwell Banker Legacy.
How's it going, guys? Thank you so much for being here today. I just want to shout out to Josh and also to Jen Cody. I think no matter what, you're going to have a great vice president next year. So they both have done a lot, and thank you for everything you guys have done. So me personally, a little bit about me. First and foremost, I'm a Christian, got Christian values. I'm in the military, I'm a military guy, so pretty structured in that way. Pre-licensing instructor, it turns out to be a lot harder than I thought it was going to be to get that done. So a lot of work went into that for sure. But all these titles, nobody cares about that. The only thing that matters really is being a servant leader. So with everything I've done in the military and everything I've done so far with GAAR, I think the most important thing is to be a servant leader and to just give yourself to the association and accept nothing in return, just be there for the association. Also, I think it's important to have somebody who's sitting in the vice president's seat also be in the trenches with you, because I feel like the vast majority of us are realtors, residential resale brokers, the majority, I would say, and that's what we are. My wife and I were both realtors. We closed about $12.5 million last year. Over 40 homes, so I only say that because it goes to show that we are regularly doing these things with you, so listening consultations, buyer consultations. We know the challenges that are faced every day by our brokers that we represent. So that's an important thing to remember, and I feel like it's important to have somebody with that experience at the table who gets a voice and a seat at that table to help progress us there. Another point of mine is leadership. So military, I'm currently a first sergeant. So I've gone through lots of leadership training through the military. It's been great. Also, I'm a director for a nonprofit for retinitis pigmentosa. My good friend, Dr. Melendez, he runs that. So he asked me to be a director. So I was humbled and I accepted that. But honestly, if you guys want to know about me and my whole resume, look on LinkedIn. It's all there. Who cares, right? So right? That's not why we're here. Really, what I want to talk about is what I want to do for you guys. I feel like it's very important that we have a say. Like, I'm part of the tech committee, and it's amazing. I had no idea how much of a say the tech committee gets when it comes to the great things that are presented to the board of directors, who then get to vote on it. Like, forewarn is awesome, right? My wife, when she's showing houses, I feel like she should be able to see if this guy's an axe murderer or not. Like, that's important. So she can screen his number and find out, and if he's got previous convictions. But anyway, so that's just a little thing. So I think it's important to be involved in things like that. In addition, I'm your peer. I work alongside you every day, day in, day out. I'm pretty sure no one's getting an extra 10 deals a month or a year that's sitting in the vice president seat. So it's not about that. It's just about giving back, and I want to do my very best for you guys. So hopefully you'll have me, and if so, see you 2023. Thanks, guys.
Once again, that is Christopher Shane Tanner, Coldwell Banker Legacy, and he is running for vice president. If I can just take a break between just to say, the turnout that we have today for this meet and greet really shows the interest and the care that everybody has in our boards. And so thank you for being here, but also help us get out the vote. Help us to educate people that they do have a say in our association, that we do care, and that we do really want their input and everything. We want to know what the needs are of our membership. So get the vote out, let everybody know they need to get in there, vote, take part in our associations, because that's what makes the associations great. It's not the association, it's the people, right? So we will move on to our slate of SWMLS candidates. So I'm going to start once again with the directors. First up is Linda Coy with Realty One of New Mexico, running for director position with SWMLS.
Hi, everybody. So yes, I was here last year, and I ran for the same position, and I didn't win. You can't hear me? And I didn't win. So I was okay with that. But then as a little bit of time went on, Linda DeVlig was offered a position as the real estate commissioner, and so she went ahead and took that, and they offered me her position. So I did serve a year. So I've been able to be in the trenches for the year, and I'm just learning. Ann Vallejos and I are the newest members, I think, and she and I are just, getting in there, and we have Richard to thank for all the good direction, Kathy Colvin as well, because they sit in Tego, and they sit and just direct us and tell us these are the things, but we have our own thoughts, of course. And being a realtor for, 29 years now, I've worked right alongside most of you, and so I feel like I would bring a good opinion and a good new sense maybe. And I've also, what have I done? I have been on GAP with all the blue jackets in here for I don't even know how many years, 3, 4 years, 5 years. And that's very interesting because we're the liaison in between GAAR and the members, and so I feel like that's a good position too. And being a qualifying broker, I've been supervising anywhere from 30 to 50 over the last few years. So I can look at the Southwest MLS ideas with the idea of a broker, but also the idea of a qualifying broker. So anyway, if you want to vote for me, if you are a DR, you can vote for me. It's not, you can't vote if you're just a regular member. So thank you.
Thank you, Linda. And once again, that's Linda Coy, Realty One of New Mexico, and she's running for a director spot on SWMLS. Is Joe not here? Joe Lamastra? I don't see him. Okay. Let's move on to Greg Moody with Moody's Appraisal Service.
I started out as a child, growing up in Tempe, where I met my wife and we married, and after a few years of married life, she decided she couldn't take the heat anymore, and so we moved to Albuquerque, which is a gorgeous place. We have 4 wonderful seasons. It's too bad we have to worry about our cars being stolen or being mugged, but realtors can help. As an appraiser, I have a different eye on appraisal, real estate transactions, and I think that's important for a board to have an independent, non-biased eye in the board. And I've been on the board for the past year. We'd appreciate being able to stay on it. So thank you.
Thank you, Greg. That's Greg Moody, Moody's Appraisal Service, and he's running for a director spot with SWMLS. Next, we have Mary Romero with Realty One Group Concierge.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sitting there thinking, what am I doing? There's such wonderful talent. We're such a blessed industry, one that we're envied. We're envied for that we're united, we're strong, and we give good service, and we protect the public. So I had written down a few little things, and I was going to keep mine simple. Somebody asked, "Who are you?" So I was originally a general contractor for about 14 years. Being a home builder and interest rates hitting 18%, I decided I needed to open a real estate office and didn't realize how much I loved it and decided I liked selling them rather than trying to build them. And I loved the connection with the people and the realtors that I met. I met Mary Ann Bassett at the time. So when I had my office, I feel that what I bring as a service is that I understand small companies, the challenges that they have, which is a lot different than large companies. Let's see, I'm running for the board for Southwest MLS, and I have been privileged to serve a previous term. I think it's spitting at me. So I have served, but at the time, I think it took me a while to realize what I was supposed to be doing. And that was one of the things that I have noticed. I've served in many committees, and I've been real active in the community. I was a Bernalillo County Planning Commissioner for almost 9 years. A lot of people think it's a paid position. It is not. You volunteer. So it was a lot of dedication, a lot of night hours spent to protect public rights. And I really enjoyed that, but after 9 years, I think I needed to move on. And let me see, what else? I have served on a lot of committees. I was VP of GAAR board at one time, so I did serve as that. Professional standards, grievance. I had to commit to all the committees so that I could learn. And it enriched me. It gave me more than I was able to give. And so I was grateful, and I'm grateful for our industry. Jeepers, my heart is beating so fast. Okay, so what else can I say? Somebody said, I've served in every single committee that's out there. And it was because I've been around for 34 years. So after a while, you just, say, oh, a new committee, I want to volunteer. But because of the fellowship that we have, that we all learn from each other. And so for that, I would appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Once again, that's Mary Romero running for SWMLS board from Realty One Group Concierge. Our next candidate running for the director on the SWMLS board is Sam Sandoval with Keys to New Mexico.
Hello, I'm Sam Sandoval. Didn't really prepare for a speech today, but just a little bit about me. I've been in the industry for almost 20 years, which is about as long as I've been alive. And I'm kind of like an old soul. I got a lot of miles on this body, and been around in residential full time, and we've owned multifamily, single family, bunch of investments and stuff. And I'm really running to help others. That's my goal in life. So if I could do that well, I guess I've succeeded. So here I am. I'd appreciate your vote, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. That's Sam Sandoval, Keys to New Mexico, running for SWMLS board. Our last director position is Camille Victor with Home Smart Realty Pros. There you are.
Hello, everybody. What a pleasure to see all of you here and the opportunity to serve on this board and the SWMLS department is, I'm really excited about that. I've been with HomeSmart for 10 years. I moved to New Mexico about 3.5 years to be closer to my family and opened this brokerage. We've grown to 60 agents in that time. And one of the things that I did early on was create a training program for brand new agents to take them from what they learned in real estate school to actually being able to sell real estate and be ethical and productive realtors. So I'm really proud of that. We have a lot of really great graduates from that program who are now producing realtors. My background before I got into real estate, I was an architect, self-employed for many years until the recession. And when that happened, I had to change careers. And I got into real estate. And I'm so glad that I did. I love being a realtor. I love being part of this community. I look forward to the opportunity to serve all of you and be part of this great organization. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I've been very impressed with both SWMLS and GAAR and what I've learned in being on the tech committee and serving in the last few years on that part of the SWMLS. And so I really am looking forward to being part of this really fantastic organization, bringing us forward in the future, dealing with our challenges that are coming, and serving all of you. So thank you.
Thank you, Camille. That's Camille Victor, HomeSmart Realty Pros, and she's running for a director position. So that concludes our directors, but let's look at our leadership for SWMLS next year. So which way do you want me to start? Treasurer or treasurer? Okay. So let me introduce you to Kathy Colvin with Vista Encantada, running for treasurer of SWMLS.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. It's awesome, as many of you have mentioned, that we have such a great crowd here today. That's awesome. So I've been around for quite a while. I have experience at both the local, state, and national level, as well as the MLS. And there were a couple things that I didn't prepare a speech, which is highly unusual for me. I'm doing what Jean Duran did the other day. But there were a couple things that some of you mentioned that really spoke to me, because I feel like I am that way. Sean Remington mentioned he wants to provide genuine service, which just spoke to me. Morgan said she had a love and passion for serving. Jen Cody said she had true service in giving to others. And your president, Bridget Gilbert, mentioned it's not about the association, it's about the people. No, that wasn't you, Bridget. Who said that? Was it you? Okay, it was you. So I was right. Okay. So I just want to share. Obviously, I have that servant's heart. That's why I'm still here and been around serving for years. I feel like I still have quite a bit to give back. And there's something that I strive for, and I feel it's really important, and I will always do this for you. I work for you all. I don't work for the staff. And it's important that you elect leaders that want to keep our association member-driven and not staff-driven. That is huge. Very important. And if any of you aren't sure what that means, I'm standing back over there. Please come ask me. But I will strive for that. That's one of my goals, and it will always be one of my goals. And so I would appreciate your vote. Again, DRs can vote for Southwest MLS. So thank you all very much.
Thank you. That's Kathy Colvin, Vista Encantada Realtors, and she is your treasurer for next year. Vice President, we have Sherry Fowler with Signature Southwest Properties running for Vice President.
Thank you. I am actually running unopposed, so I don't think I'm going to lose, but I'm not sure. Anyhow, I've been around for a long time too, not nearly as long as Kathy, but I've served as the past president for GAAR. I'm on a national committee. I'm an MR director. And I just want to say how much I appreciate both GAAR and SWMLS's board of directors. They're fabulous people. They give a lot of their time and their talent, and I'm just really happy to be a part of it. So thank you.
That's Sherry Fowler, your 2023 Vice President. Now, we'll give some time to your next president, Tigo Venturi from Keller Williams.
This year I'm going to try not to cry. So all of you that were here last year when I got all choked up. First off, I want to highlight something Kathy just said, that this is a member-driven organization. And I really have to applaud Kent for making that very clear to the boards, that their job is to execute. Kent, Richard, who else do we have here? We have Gabe back there, Adrian's here. Who else is here? Jane. Yeah, Jane. Oh, Jane's back there. Hi, Jane. And so first off, yeah, thank you to the staff. But Kent's gone out of his way over and over again in our board meetings to say, we're just going to execute what you guys tell us to do. We're not, we're not here to tell you what to do. This is a member-driven organization. And one of the things, I had the opportunity to read through some of the comments from the surveys that went out, by the way, which was some really, really great feedback. But there still is a disconnect, that it's them over there at the board imposing their stuff on us, the realtors out in the field. And we need to change that perception. Richard and I have been kicking this idea around of my MLS, in the sense that this is not the MLS against you. This is your MLS, and how do we get that out to the people in the field? I won't get choked up, but I really do love this industry. It's been great to me and my family, and all the team members that we have at the Venturi Group is just, it's really been wonderful. But in the end, I'm just a nerd. I'm just a data geek. I'm a real estate geek. John's over there laughing. He knows. Yeah. And I really have a passion for the data, the systems, the processes that really make organized real estate work, right? Organized real estate, Keith said something about the dragons. We have dragons out there, absolutely. Now, do they need to be slayed? I don't know. We need to maybe figure out how to work with them. But that's not going away, right? So we have to make sure that we're being aware of that. Don't get blindsided by it. But there is a lot of stuff out there happening that's going to change organized real estate. There's just no doubt about it. So we have to be ready for it and adjust as it comes along. So anyway, that was kind of my speech. Oh, I wanted to mention one more thing. There is an organization, in fact, we're going, let's see, who's all going to CMLS next week? There's a few of us going. And CMLS is the Council of Multiple Listing Services, and a lot of you probably don't even know that it exists, but it's an organization of all the MLSs around the country, the 500 MLSs around the country, and they're an advocate for what we do and what we bring to the organized real estate community and realtors. And basically it comes down to three things: confidence, safeguarding the data and the information about properties, connections, making connections, guaranteeing that co-brokerage payment, and community. We are a community. We are a co-op, and MLS is a co-op. It's a cooperative. We all work together. So hopefully we get some great things next week at that group. We're going to come back with more goodies, and we're looking forward to that. But anyway, thank you. Thrilled to be serving again.
That is your slate of candidates. And before you go, if I can just say, if there's anything that you really liked here, that you liked hearing, maybe it's time for you to serve. So start joining those committees. Start getting involved in your association. And be up on this podium next year, giving your reasons for being a director for either the SWMLS or the GAAR board.